didn't get much better after that start. So, again, give them credit. I think that's a football team that is getting better and better, getting stronger and stronger as the year goes on. And I think they're going to make a strong push here late. Very, very impressive win by them. I wish we would have executed better. I think, what was disappointing is really third downs, both sides. They converted extremely high percentage of third downs. We didn't get very good pressure. We tried blitzing, we tried zero, we tried coverage, we tried a little bit of everything. And to their credit, they made plays. I think, they protected when they needed to. I think, with Milrose, he does a phenomenal job of buying time in the pocket and hurting you. He's such a threat to run it, and early he bought the time and hit the receivers down the field. We didn't convert very well on third down and move the ball consistently enough. So, again, I think it's, pretty cut and dry. That team took care of business, and I think we need to play a little better. And it's a tough matchup. It's a tough matchup for anybody.
Mark, those first couple series, what did you see from their kids? Because it seemed like they just jumped out 21-0 before you could.
Well, you saw their quarterback that is a dynamic threat to run the ball and bought time and found some explosive plays down the field.
What were you pleased with your team's mindset going in?
Yeah, I think when things go wrong, you'd like to see, dig in and make some plays. And I think, they go down. I think we settle in that the fumble puts it at a spot that makes it very difficult. In hindsight, if we could have kept it a little closer earlier, I probably kicked a field goal. I'd like to see it, 21-10 or 14-10 at some point instead of pressing and going for it. But at that point, down 3 scores, we have it 4th and 2. I went for it and got nothing. That kind of hurts you as well.
Getting those open receivers for Alabama, is it that threat of Milroe to run, or were there coverage problems on your end?
Well, both. We didn't do a very good job. In one of them, we were in man, and you can't drop your man to go get Milrose. You can't do that. We have to have some secondary support and some guys overlapping. Even if he's going to get some yards, you have to give those up, but you can't drop a man. And that was one of them. The other one was a zone coverage, but again, you got to take it from your half. We were in split coverage, and we had a half field guy, and he extends it so long to one side of the field. You got to carry it all the way over. It's unusual. It's hard, but we got to do better.
Mark, the last top 10 teams you played, I think they've all been about 28-point scoring margins. That's a loud criticism so far out there. How do you respond to that, your team's ability to get up for big games like this?
Well, I think our team, I think the ability to get up is one thing. I think the ability to compete with some of the, top 10 teams. I think, some of these teams are 1 and 2, will be 1 and 2. That's a little different than, some of your average teams, but there's nothing average about that team.
Mark, they're giving up 37 sacks this year. You all didn't get any today.
Yeah.
Was that a systematic thing, execution?
I thought it was very poor. At times, some movement. We got some negative yardage plays, and then they came back and converted some third downs and some third and longs. It was really disappointing. And yeah, we did a very poor job of getting pressure. Whether it was straight rushing or pressures, any of it, we did a poor job today.
Conversely, Mark, how rough was offensive line play for you guys today?
It's gonna be tough sledding it against a team like that. I think you have to be good in all areas. It can't just be the offensive line or the running back. You got to get open. We got to make good decisions. We got to get rid of the ball. We can't have as many deflected. It puts you behind the chains. You get predictable or behind the chains against that group, and it's not gonna look good.
Building on that, how much do you say about Devin's toughness? He took some shots today.
It doesn't surprise me. He's tough. He's resilient, and that's again, that's some tough sledding out there. Playing against those guys, especially when you get behind like that.
Mark, putting the score aside, how did you feel about the teams just fighting, just doing this
I mean, the fight is there. I don't ever question that. I mean, execution and playing better is a different story. You know, I don't question our team's fight or their desire to win. You gotta compete at a different level. You have to execute and be more precise when you're playing teams like that.
You talked earlier this week about wanting to put up a better performance than you did against Georgia. How do you kind of compare your team's performance today versus?
I can't even think. I mean, I'm worried and think about this game. I can't go back to that. I mean, again, I think I was pretty honest and said that, we need to be better. They did a great job. That's a very good football team. I expect them to make a deep run.
Mark, you want to be a balanced team. You get down like that so early. How much does that just throw your offensive game plan?
Yeah,
Not out the window, but you really
Yeah, it's really tough sledding, and in some games like that, both, the times you get behind like that, it's not where you want to live. You want to keep it close and, give yourself a chance. And you get ahead, you get behind like that, it definitely hurts.
Mark, I know this losing schedule's been tough, but 8-4 can be a heck of a lot better than 7-5 or 6-6. How do you regain your team's composure here down the stretch and finish strong?
Our team will, if they come back and focus and, and work like we've been doing, then we'll have a great opportunity, and we have to show the resolve, we have to show the toughness and, come back because it's not easy. This schedule's not easy and the SEC's not easy and, but as I tell the team, the soul going to feel sorry for you. You got to buckle it up, get back to work. They got to get some rest and we got to have a great Monday practice. The players will be off tomorrow. Coaches will be back at work and it'll be a new week. It'll be a 1-week season for us. Again, got to get back to work.
Mark, you talked about you like your team's fight, but execution and being prepared has got to be better. Do you feel like, a lot of times, like, practice just isn't enough. You got to watch extra film and you got to study. Do you feel like your kids are doing that throughout the course of the week to get ready?
I do. I think, there comes, the disciplined execution, and those dudes, they have a little something to do with it. It's not like our guys aren't trying either. I mean, those guys are pretty good.
Mark, you mentioned the drive where you went for it on 4th and 2, but down 28-7, you all had the ball in the Alabama territory 3 straight times. Not being able to get anything there.
Yeah. It kills you. Yeah, it hurts. It does. And, in hindsight, I wish I'd have kicked it right there and at least get down 28-10, and we got it down there again. And later, I thought we punched it in after that. I don't know.
Anyone else? Okay.